didn't need to rewrite any of that code I did. Killed the thread. What has happened? Am I still live? Oh no, it says I've got 0 viewers now. Oh well, it was nice while it lasted. Sure some will come back. At some point. Because I'm not always stuck on stuff like... Sometimes I make days of rapid progress. But this is quite a fiddly... I probably should have started from scratch with this rather than trying to adapt the code I already had. Maybe... I wonder what... It doesn't even report that I missed any frames. Oh yes it does. Okay. I see, yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. But that's pretty much all this is, to be fair. This guy, this character on the screen. See, that's times 2 now, isn't it? Because 20 cells in meta tiles. In fact, it's 40 times, isn't it? Oh, no. I start halfway down the screen. LDIR. Gonna move. See, surely it has to move 2 lots though, doesn't it? If you only move 1 byte, you end up with the attribute left thinking it's a tile. What about we do that twice? Because I wouldn't say I'm blindly doing it. I'm trying to visually, you know, there is logic to some of my madness. It's not just blindly chucking numbers in. But I am a long way out of my comfort zone with this because I wouldn't have even created the scrolling like this. I would have read from the map every frame and drawn it. You know, that's just how my brain would have done it. But rather than doing a column. But I'm all for trying to find the most efficient ways. Definitely didn't like that. What about that? I just want to see what it does. Same thing. Hmm. Yeah, of course it is +2. And then I guess... No, you see, that's where the problem lies, isn't it? That it's only doing one. We need to get 2 at a time. I think I need to just manually do that rather than using LDIR. Because it's this, isn't it, that we're scrolling along? Yeah, hang on. Oh, bloody heck. Yeah, so it's the tile map memory that we're scrolling through. And this little bit here has got nothing to do with the scroll, really. It's, well, it has, but it's moving the whole screen rather than the column. Each tile is 2 bytes. Well, what happened to Discord? It just closed down. Oh, for some reason, Discord closed and I didn't realise. Just the hardware scrolling. That's basically what I'm trying to do, actually, is overdraw the column at the end. Not using the SW part of scrolling. Oh, okay. Crazy math. Oh, okay. That seems interesting. I see, yeah. So rather than using this CP8, you'd actually want the whole screen width there. Just made it. Hey, Micro. Yeah, maybe I should try and fix this current issue before doing that. Because at some point, even doing that one, you'd still have to load the other columns in, wouldn't you, as they appear? I think that is the you've definitely solved the reason for it, though. Different rabbit hole, fair enough, man. The reason was that I was +1 in there, wasn't it? And it needs to be +2. But the problem is here, we're going to end up with attributes thinking they're tiles and vice versa, aren't we? I think so, Micro, yeah. Although I just showed everyone that it did work without the 2 byte tiles. It's only the 2 byte tiles thing that's causing the pain. But I've slowed right down because I'm reading Discord and chat now. Yeah, luckily I think we've narrowed it down to this 4 lines here. Yeah, I'm on Discord right now. Ped is giving me some really gold advice here. The only way I can think of solving this right now is to remove LDIR and manually increment through all them times. It's going to be a horrible task to do that. But when we do increment, we can at least do the 2 bytes at once, rather than just one. There must be a way of doing that. You need like a nested LDIR somehow, you know? Well, no, it's not even that. It's just like an offset version of LDIR. Okay, I'm looking at that, Ped. That looks interesting. Oh, right. So even though you want to scroll to the right, it has to be on the left. Is that right? You think that's fine and fixed? But what's happening to the attribute here, though? Okay. Because what happens is you get it to draw into the screen memory. It looks in here, and it gets 2 bytes. One of those is the attribute. If we LDIR copy it, we're only moving those, not the attributes, aren't we? I don't know. Stuck now. So what's the actual visual version of what happens when we do this now? So we've got a load of blank tiles and then just loads. I think we're getting all blanks. Or block of bytes. Okay, will do, will do. Hmm. DE's incrementing. Okay. Even an even dress for tile value. Odd address attribute. So it works like that, does it? Okay. Damn, I thought that was the problem. Oh, that sounds interesting. Shall I not bother with breakpoint? MHL. I needed that breakpoint, didn't I? Hmm. Thank you very much for the follow, Fistmaster. Glad to have you with me, my dude. I do worry. I'm very out of my depth here. What's really odd is that it works perfectly without the 2-bit thing. 2 byte. This is what really makes me think it is this. Hmm. It's really tough now. A lot of viewers today, yeah, I got raided by SHALLAN. There was a lot of viewers at the time. It's so sad that I wasn't cooking with gas at the time, because that would have been brilliant, but still brilliant. Damn, I can't get away from it. Okay, so it must be moving a whole block. I updated meta tile offset. Yes, I am, yeah, here. So after we do the put column loop, it changes the offset and then back to 0 here. And we finally scroll the actual, that's where the right side of the view is. That finally gets incremented. That's in meta tiles after the second column is done. And I checked that before, it definitely does do that. Yeah, thanks, man. Because it definitely does. At one point, it wasn't getting to here at the right. It was like staying on column 1 too much. But you'll notice it'll scroll 1 column now, and then it'll get to the breakpoint on the second one, yeah. And then same again. Except for some reason. I bet you that's what it is. It's one of these. It's like where I'm loading HL somewhere. I only really need to worry about doing column 1 right now, because I'll be able to see that that works and then do the same thing in column 2. That's correct. 8 by. They're 2 by 2 in tiles, yeah. So yeah, 4. Well, 4 by 4. Isn't it? Oh god, I'm confused. Yeah, let me check that. I mean, that is a meta tile. They're situated like that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. And each circle is 2 bytes each, yeah. So 2, 4, 8. Correct. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. I am really thick at basic maths. I mean, I don't know how many of you have ever tried it, but when you're streaming, your IQ level goes down by at least 20-30%. As soon as you go click and you're like alone again, you can suddenly see problems that you couldn't see the answer to earlier. You know, it just happens that way. Or at least it does for me anyway. But yeah, this is just beyond me now. I mean, it's not beyond me. That's the wrong word. I will get there in the end, but I may end up deleting the routine and doing it again. P shy. Yeah, basically a good analogy. But it was like, for example, yesterday I was messing around with the similar version to this over and over, and then as soon as I went offline, I realised that down here it still said put column 1, and it was meant to be put column 2, and we'd spent an hour or something debugging just to not see that 1 should have been a 2. Straight for the cubicle, Specky. See, I get the opposite kind of paranoia where I can't go in the cubicle because I think people will be like wondering what I'm up to. I have to leave the door open to make sure they know. Watching you with camera phones. To be honest, I haven't been in a public bog since people have been walking around with camera phones. It's been that long. Last time I went there, it was probably like iPhone 1. Oh, you've seen something else wrong. You epic geezer, Ped. I'll go back to column 1 here. I mean, I could push this to GitHub, but it seems stupid to push non-working code. It's just an unneeded stress for you, isn't it, to look at that? Ah, this should be -1, shouldn't it, as well? Because we inked. Might as well check that. Oh! It was sort of fixing it. Oh, I got a message from Ped. Which metal? Yeah, but the thing is, the way I've done meta tiles, right? I actually allow up to 64 meta tiles because the mirrored ones come here. So I needed it to be times 4, and then I add it twice. Maybe that's the same area you're looking at, I'm not sure. New meds today, 3-hour nap. Maybe you needed it, mate, if you get a nap. Call it a night early. Early start. Thanks for popping in, Specky, as always. Always glad to have you here. Should get it fixed. Maybe not tonight, because I'm getting a bit tired as well. But maybe. I've got a little while left. Cheers, Spec. See you again soon. You're at the first column. Yeah, sorry. That's where I was as well. I'm almost thinking about just commenting this out, the second row, for a minute. Night, SP. Thank you very much for jumping in. Hope to see you again, mate. Some nights there'll be a lot more progress going on. I've been stuck in this quagmire of that they call a tile map. Quaggers. Here's the one you were talking about, and I had it twice there. It's the same thing as doing that, isn't it? And then that one time. But this could go over 250. I'm so thankful for that add HLA, by the way. That's made my life so much easier. You see some more issues. I really appreciate your time even looking at these issues, man. Really do. Saves me like hours and hours. Did I run it since I changed? I went to change these. Subscription, thank you very much, Moz. You're an absolute star, man. Yeah, check that out, look. Now it's sort of doing it. There's some weird stuff happening there, actually. Oh, thank you for that, Ped. Yeah, thanks again, Moz. For oh, you've subscribed 2 months, yeah, epic. I thought it was more than 2 months. Extended it, thank you, my dude. I'm gonna still be here, trust me. Smashing away with that club. I'm just reading Ped's messages. At least I got one thing right. Then you do load DE instead of add DE. Aha! You absolute superstar, man. I'm so used to having... Mate, I think you've just sorted it, haven't you? Yes. You never used to be able to do that add DE constant, did you? Can we even do that? Seems so. Oh, baby. The mirror hasn't worked. But that's a huge improvement. We saw the mirror working earlier. We had it working in fact, yeah, we've seen it working. If you look at if you don't scroll, there it is in full glory. So there's a weird problem with the scrolling, but we can look at that separately. Isn't that weird? That must be to do with the overflow thing you were talking about. That's the mirrored tile there. That was bloody good catch, man. I'm supremely impressed. Then you read again meta tiles. Okay, I'm just looking at second bug. So then, because don't forget, you don't want to go down a meta tile until you've done the second of the two, if you know what I mean. You want to go down a screen line first, but you're still in the same tile, if that makes sense. So you draw just upper half. I see. Before pop HL. Ink HL twice. Okay, I'm trying to take on board what you've just said. So I'm in column 1. There's quite a few pop HLs in here, isn't there? That's the problem. Is it every time before pop? Just this one, isn't it? Before we go down. Is Ink HL going to work? Not sure. Because the way I've coded it so cack-handed, it relies on HL staying the same as what it was here. I see. Oh, really? Let's try and... I'll use your comments here. Right? Because I thought we were doing A and C. So I'll try and comment where I do A and where I do C. Yep, it's 2 bytes. Well, actually. Okay, so that's the top left tile inside the meta tile. Then we go down a line on the screen. And this is where I've stayed in the same meta tile. Because that's how it's set out, isn't it? Actually contains 4 tiles in there. So I've gone forward 4. So I'm now there. So that is C. I know I've done it quite stupidly, haven't I? That's why you didn't expect that probably. But does that make sense now to you? Yeah, that does actually add up, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Because I go back to it on the HL bit, don't I? I pop, but right back to where it was, where it calculates the actual right-hand side. No, that's got nothing to do with it. It calculates the right-hand edge there, which gets incremented, so it knows where we're scrolling to. And then I work down here. This is where we go down each time. And here, of course. So yeah, so that's B. This is what it's supposed to be anyway. No, D, isn't it? Sorry. Ah. I wonder if that's one of the problems. E, G. Let's check that a second. No, that's not what it's doing. That's not what it's doing. That's B. I was right the first time. And D. But interestingly, I think it has fixed it. If you look at the game now, the only thing that's not working is the well, there's a glitchness there. I don't know what that's about. That'll get clipped. Let's put the clipping back on. Oh yeah, they're mega tips. I'd be lost without the tips from people like yourselves. Yeah, so the only glitch is actually that weird. It's like the pointer for the memory goes out of sync. That's when we're doing that 8, isn't it? Set scroll to 0. Where is it? I just wonder if 7 would be better. No, it's worse if anything. I think it's the same. Thanks for your help, Ped. Massive help, man. Now it's just a small issue. Like, I don't know what that glitch is. Yeah, I'm going to ignore it for now. But I want to know why the mirrored ones aren't working as well. Oh, hey, Micro. Legend. Thank you, my dude. Means a great deal to me. Is this -1 or should it be -2? That could be it, you know. Let's try -2, sod it. Doesn't take long, does it? Oh, couldn't move then. That was weird. Oh, that's definitely not the right one. Let's just try without any minus. It's going to be wrong. -1 was right. Sometimes it is good enough just to sit there and use your brain, because I think -1 was where my brain told me to be. Yeah, that's way wrong. That was why I put the comment there, so I didn't forget. And the reason for that is because we inked DE just one time. So when we go down the line, we actually want to just remove 1. And Ped's just said the same thing in Discord, actually, yeah. So it's close now. Do I use IX in this nasty routine? I don't think I do. I was going to say that could have been... I've had problems with the screen when I use IX. I wonder... Is it something to do with screen interrupt? Like that glitch. Yeah, look. Oh no, it still does it. The flashing, yeah, where it sort of skips. It looks like it skips about 4 meta tiles or 2 meta tiles of width. Just for a second. Do you see what I mean? Like, there. Oh, it's quite regular, isn't it? It's something to do with the, like when the scrolling reaches an end, I think. Seems to be that. Like when the actual put column is happening or something. Or just before or after. Ah, let's have a look at that. Oh, do you know what? I even mentioned that in the code, like in discussion when I was looking at that. Column 2. I don't think it happens in column 2. Oh. No, it's not. See, it was though on my other one. Funnily enough, I think I had it that way round at one point. It's a bit goofy having to make sure it's 0 there, isn't it? Isn't it better to, well, where is it? See, we want that to happen every time, not just when it's 0. Call Z. Oh, I see, but that'll only happen when it's 0, yeah. Reload instead. Yeah, and it's more readable, really, isn't it, in the long run? Just in case, well, not more readable, but in case you change down here. Well, that might just do it then. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now it's just the mirror then, which we know works because we see it right at the start there. So it's for some reason only when it's scrolling that it can't handle the mirror stuff. There's a mirror tile right under my feet now. Are they definitely there in the map? Ah, no, they're not. Always check the most simple thing first. So all you do is, to use a mirror, you just find the tile you want and add 32 to that value. So 34. And then 50. Nice. Simple as that. he says 3 days later. This is quite cool now though. Look how small that level data is. I mean, I say small, it's not really, but compared to when it was a full tile map without meta tiles. I think I can get back to some familiar turf soon of just doing like some collision AI and, you know, movement AI for the enemies. Add in the caveman sprite. The way to fix the walking gravity, like there's no gravity applied when you walk. Dialogue's another big one. I think I'll take a break. I'll do some simple stuff before I jump into dialogue. But yeah, the most simple form of dialogue will be okay, wouldn't it? Just like telling you when the level has begun and maybe like some instructions, collect all the coins or whatever, stuff like that. But then the harder one is when you get into dialogue with characters and you can trigger new dialogue when other stuff happens and all that. I have done it before in Unity, but never in Assembly. String compression. Well, we'll think about all that another day. I haven't even sorted this out yet, you know. What I want to do is I'll come back and clean this out, try and make it cleaner, but then again, it's not that bad, really, actually. Got to do the left scrolling in a minute. That's probably going to be tomorrow, actually. He doesn't even move left right now, this guy. No, quite honestly, that's brilliant. I'll make a bit of a level here, just for the fun of it. Forgot how many it was already. One day I'll be getting to making an actual level editor. That'll be a much bigger task. It'll be a really fun task, so. Oops. I made a right cock up of this. Flamingoed up. I just can't be bothered, that's why. I forget which ones are solid. 17 and 19 are the only solid tiles. I'm gonna chuck a load of them in here. See how that looks. Oh, I'll check your message in a second, Pedro. Ped, sorry. So yeah, it's working pretty much perfectly now. We need to make even more tiles Well, we've got enough tiles here to make a rudimental level. It's working pretty goddamn good, to be honest. Right, fix the load A. Okay, hang on. Where is this in back in where we were, yeah? Are you talking about this? I think I see it needs to be it needs to be that way around. Oh god. What would I do without you, man? This is what I was talking about a minute ago. When you're streaming, it makes your IQ go down. I would never have done that if I was just sat here by myself. But because I'm on here now, my brain just gets excited. I think I just do stupid stuff, and it costs me hours sometimes. This is sweet now, though. Do you know what I love about it the most? It's the fact that it just uses this tiny amount of data, really. That's really easy to make all them platforms. And then you just have the background. What I really want to learn is how to do parallax like that, like the Altered Beast demo. I mean, we've got a kind of parallax going on, haven't we? We've got the background, and then we've also got the ground. But they're the same speed. Look, I've got to sort that out. As a little bit of relief, let's just do that quickly. Where did I put? I've done layer 2 in the level manager. I thought it was, mate. And then that front layer is tiles, it looks like to me, but the tiles are scrolling at different speeds, which wouldn't be that hard to implement, actually. But that's what makes it look really good, that front area. Works the other way around. Does it really? That's brilliant, that. When you watch it, it goes up by 50. It just feels like that because mine's so low, dude. Oh, right, so the trees are sprites and everything, yeah? It looks like tiles, though, that very front bit. But yeah, I'll look at the code, because the code is there, isn't it, with the C-Spect emulator. I just haven't looked at it. Ah, damn, what was I about to do? I said it out loud, but I've forgotten. Oh yeah, tile layer 2. I'm just going to make it scroll at twice the speed. Uh, where is it? Layer 2, where are you? Here. So just ink HL there. Twice, sorry. Oh, it uses low res. I've not even learned a thing about that yet. Yeah, look, we got a kind of parallax going on there. Parallax. Hey, while I've got your attention, Ped, actually, because you're obviously a genius. You see that where it's glitching with the layer 2 there when it gets to a certain level of scrolling? I am using the high byte for the scroll. I found that at next reg 7.1. And as you can see, I use this, but I just constantly increment it. Do I need to like get to 320 and then go back to 0? Would that be the thing to do? Like, I could just try that actually. Like well, I've said that, because if the high byte is set, so H is already A is already H. But if it is, and then if L is that. So we'll do that there. Oh, 319, yeah, thank you. Store it first. This is where I'm storing it. I think I might have just smashed together some code there that does that. Not F. Not FF. CP low. What's that? How do you do that? Hang on. Because do you notice I'm only checking the low byte there, so, and I'm making sure that the high byte's set. But hang on, what's that? CP low. Is that a real thing? You can write it like that. What does that do then? Is that checking 16-bit? Compare. For a second, let me comment that out and to see if my code worked. No, it didn't. Right like that. Low 319 equals. Oh really? Thank you, mate. I've never seen that. Wow, I'll have to read about that. I take it that's part of SJASM or something, is it? Or is that a Z80 thing? Interesting. Let's try that out then. So do you thought that was correct then? Let's try it. Ah, it still does a glitch. Is that just because... Is that bound to happen? Vendor locking. Nah, I love to learn the little tricks. CP low 320. I'll have to look that up later, yeah. Sounds clever as hell. I think it's still not going to work. I feel like the artwork's destined to fail. Something's weird's happening with that, isn't it? There should be a way that it just loops. It should be able to not have a seam, shouldn't it? I didn't put a cloud halfway across. It was all blue around the edges. Should be able to slide one out of view. Yeah, as far as I know. Turn NZ. Okay. I see. Oh, look at that. Wait, what? It's not even moving. I see, I see. Oh, I get it now. So it's telling the compiler that that's the low byte and you're looking for the value 320. Oh, it's looking smart, guys. Gotta love this. Let's speed it up a bit more in it, why not? Wow, man. Thank you for the help, Ped. It's a windy day now. Lots of clouds as well. No. It's getting there. It's getting pretty epic now. Let's pop a few more bits of ground in so we can get to the end of the level. I think I did get there one time though, didn't I? You can also do a meta tile, can't you? So I could actually do the same thing I've done here, but just record a bunch of these numbers and join them together. So for example, this column here, you know, like this whole bit here. Speed up only in divisibles. Oh, I see, yeah. Is 4 okay? I think it is, isn't it? Probably not. My maths isn't strong. Let's have a look. Actually, yeah, it is, because that's 80 less than 400, so it should be fine. Yeah. 4 is perfect, yeah. That's too fast. Unfortunately, we can't slow down anymore, yeah. Going in reverse would be good. Slower, but in reverse. Oh, but that's going to use... So let's try it anyway. No, sod that. I'm not doing negative. Actually, what's the maximum? 320. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Start it from the maximum. Go backwards. And then this would all have to be just 0, wouldn't it? That'll be a task for tomorrow as well. It could give a good look to the game if the clouds go the other way to the scrolling. Might look crap, or it might look good. But I'll do it tomorrow because I like how it works. This is getting pushed to GitHub in a minute because it works pretty much flawlessly now. Just trying to think if there's anything else. I haven't even looked at doing audio yet. I want to sort them edges out. I don't like them. That's much better. You can make some pretty nice looking levels with these tiles if you once you get your head round what they look like. Yeah, like I say, that collision, I'm only doing jumping collision right now, but we've got other ones here we can do. I just need to make a small change to them. They're actually simple like that now because they're done in meta tiles. We don't even check the tiles. I'm going to do that tomorrow when I'm nice and fresh. I think I'll end it here, guys. It's been a brilliant stream. I've really enjoyed that. Thank you very much for your help, Ped7g. Thank you for all the follows earlier. That was great fun. Literally almost doubled. Added like a 20% boost to my follow list. Hopefully some of you will come back again, check it out. There's going to be more added to this game. Add HL minus 30. Ooh, I like it. Yeah, wind speeds. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I'm going to do all that tomorrow. I've got the day off. Yeah, I've got to learn more about these opcodes. They're wonderful. It'll be horrible though to go back to the old specky and not be able to do them though. That's the only thing. It'd be like relearning it all over again. Cheers, my man. So tomorrow I'm going to come online. I'm going to fix the collision so that it falls off the edge when you walk off. Add the caveman sprite. Make a proper sized level. And then maybe we'll look to add some sound for once. The enemies as well as, we've got some basic simple enemies in there already. But to make them decent is going to be a bit more tricky. Perhaps we'll play the game, Caveman Ninja, and just try and copy what they've done for a while. Yeah, all the best to each and every one of you. So happy to have you all here. Check me out again soon. Tomorrow night, 100% certain, but possibly in the day as well. Have fun, everybody.